hopefully not get jumped on by the Jace. And the thing that's really cool about Double AD for Live Sandbox is they have Maokai and Heimerdinger, the two in their roles that do so much magic damage. You don't need to worry about it. It's Summoner's Rift for our first game of the day. Sejuani off to a flying start here. Not seeing anything represented in the gold or anything like that. But if you are a Nongshim fan, definitely what we're going to need to see, because this game does get more difficult as time goes on.
Those are the type of moments where, you know, if you have Peter there, then maybe you drop a plate.
Yep.
But just a little bit of optimization as...
Ooh, okay. Closer going to be able to flash his way out. Still, that is flash on cooldown into a Syndra, a dangerous position to be in.
As, Vital and Peter.
All right, Nature's Grasp going to come out. And it is a double snare as Chains of Corruption comes in. Decent little ult as Peter going to be able to have a shield. So he should be all right, but can't participate in this 3v3. Piercing Arrow does come through. Nongshim are going to be able to back away. There's Vital down here going for the Ghost Blade to start things off. I thought after seeing the Fleet Footwork that maybe we'd see a bit of a variation, but it looks like it is once again going to be the more lethality leaning Jhin we've been seeing sort of taken over recently. As there's another Nature's Grasp. All right, Rift Herald going to come through. That is going to deny plates for Dundun, or just in general, as Closer's going to turn up. So Nongshim get no money for that Rift Herald that they picked up. I think that was to do with reset timings. As Sylvie coming on over, clearing things out where he can, but Kyle and Willa taking a decent amount of control as Dundun looking for Bertle. I've seen this before. That flash just barely not off cooldown. He's playing this matchup out very, very well as Nature's Grasp is going to fly forward. All right, let's see what Willa can do. Bramble Smash onto 2. Fiesta going to get taken down first. That's first blood at 15 minutes in this game. There's now Dundun walking on over, looking for Bertle. Finds himself the Counter-Strike Grand Challenge has been issued, and Dundun says, yes, please. Chasing after him now, and with the Ghost running, Bertle is going to be able to make his way out. But I think Jax is winning this matchup thus far. Has an ultimate, but otherwise not too much more. And Vital just has to watch as his turret falls down. Fiesta moving forward. There's a Glacial Prison. It is going to connect, but it's only onto the Heimerdinger as the Nature's Grasp is now going to be in response. Sylvie just going to get locked down by everyone. Fiesta suffers even worse fate. And yeah, we said that Nongshim had picked. Live Sandbox seemed to have more.
And then on the next fight, you might have a shot, as that really is all that you got right now.
That is a point-blank ulti. Let's see whether they can take down Closer. Already Fiesta is almost just dead. The Jhin tries to get the work done as Karma's dead as well. Yes, they managed to get Closer, but at what cost is the question, as Dundun going to get challenged. Bertle really wants to find himself some revenge, and I think he may just get it, as Dundun does his very best to try and get out, but he's not going to be able to make it happen. And Live Sandbox are going to look at Baron here at 20 minutes into the game.
Heimerdinger and Maokai on first rotation. The game could have looked very different. Really seeing the power of these picks. Right, the moment the ultimate comes down against the overwhelming poke is... Oh no.
Oh dear, Envy is dead. Well, this is going to put a little bit of a dampener in what Live Sandbox are trying to do.
Oh no.
All right. Okay, Fiesta. Where's that flash button? Oh, okay. Mikhail's going to be used. May still need to flash. Doesn't. However, he's very close to dead. 35 seconds on this Infernal.
Hey,
looks like it's going to be soul point for Live Sandbox.
Like that itemization from Peter. That's a positive thing to say about Nongshim here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, they lost 2 fights, and the game is kind of over.
Avoids that shock blast. Definitely good news, but as you can see, all of that vision was just transferred towards the top side, and Live Sandbox are getting to work on this Baron. See whether Nongshim utilize their blue trinkets right now, whether they're going to wait, because right now the Baron is being taken and they have no idea what's going on. There it is. Secured basically 2 people. And I think Nongshim knew that they didn't have any opportunity to get anything done. Because now Nature's Grasp going to come through yet again. That looked a little bit more defensively orientated, and Will is going to have that one up and available again pretty soon. As the inhibitor does finally go down, Live Sandbox just leaning on Nongshim right now, and their backs are beginning to break. As mid lane also going to get taken down, Scatter the Weak on cooldown, and Nongshim, there just aren't that many options. There aren't many things that they can do into this composition at this point in time. And I think they're just going to have to watch as their Nexus turrets fall down. Bertel even able to take the top inhibitor turret as well. Dundun, can you do anything? Can you salvage this situation? He's going to get challenged. He is not going to fall. There is one turret in the way. It's all right. Sylvie dives forward. They get some damage. Willa doesn't have very much mana. Chronicler, there is at least that. But there is one turret between Nongshim. One turret and a dream is all they have. As Liv Sandbox with this Baron with 1 billion minions and not very much of a health bar on the side of Nongshim. They should be able to barrel down and take this one. So the Nexus will be the focus and Liv Sandbox will walk away victorious from game number 1. Will actually get made. As looking at this, not as much damage for the Maokai as I was expecting.
No, we were only engaged. There were not a lot of stalemates because stalemates were immediately won by Envy and Closer. One of which is, I'm sure, is going to pick up the POG. I was leaning Envy, but then he got caught and extended the game by 5 minutes, which I thought was rude. So, no, is definitely execution dependent and would mean a lot of fireworks are in the mid lane. Also, Silas obviously amazing with the Sejuani, so again, we find ourselves in a position where I'm looking at the Sandbox draft and I think you got it all, right? You have a ton of great ultimates on the enemy team, most notably the Wukong and the Akali. Then
one as we hop onto the Rift here for game 2. Here as well, but not going to be able to find anyone. Just going to be some defensive posturing.
Yeah, make sure you get brush control level 1. Already important here for this early lane, as Envy will spot them.
Yeah. All right, Envy taking a bit of damage here as Vital's moving forward, and Closer's going to find some chains. Vital has to flash already, Envy going to flash after him, the heal's going to come through, and the autos are down. Already, Nongshim off to a horrible start. Liv Sandbox picking up everything. They don't have very many summoner spells left. But that's about the end of the positives for Nongshim.
How are you feeling about level 2 gank, Sylvie?
Nongshim, of course. They are the challenger champions. As Dundun in a bunch of trouble here. Arctic Assault is going to go wide as he leap strikes to get himself out, and that is a surviving Dundun under his turret.
Costly missed that from Willa. He gets that.
Fiesta as well will land himself the backflip. Closer thinking that he has the angle. Not going to fight it out as Sylvie, he is here.
Yeah, based on the position, I'm pretty sure that Cal and Envy are suspecting something.
But that is a big old flash forward. Envy, remember, does not have his flash available. Deadly Flourish misses, but Sylvie still able to pick it up. And that is the answering kill 3 minutes into the game.
Very, very important kill there for Nongshim. And I think Liv Sandbox had an inkling. Might have felt safe, not going to be the case.
Oh dear. Willa is going to be able to find Peter here, and Sylvie's going to have to make his way back down again, but I think he's going to be too late. Another Deadly Flourish will connect. A fair few minions here. But Willa is going to be able to walk it off, and so Liv Sandbox answer immediately. Well, now he's indicating that he is going to head over there and do so. Fiesta's going to miss a cannon. That feels real bad.
Well, who am I kidding? Doesn't matter. Topside isn't real.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Topside,
what were you talking about?
Is a construct created by bot laners to try and, you know, have some 2v2 time.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Closer is, you know, he's taking some buttons here, but you can see Fiesta's winning out on all of these trades. Losing out on all of these trades. Doesn't really matter too much. Checking in on the CS. Mid lane is they're just fighting one another as often as they can, and otherwise trading farm pretty evenly. As this is, I mean, it frightens me every time. Every time Closer goes in.
They haven't actually dropped a plate yet.
It is true, as Dundun is going to get challenged. Does move away from the Winter's Wrath, but I think he's still dead. They want to give the kill over to Bertel. He does flash, but he's still dead. Willa picks up the kill.
I don't know about that one, Dundun. As long as you don't get unlucky and roll a Chemtech Soul, you're in a great spot there as Sylvie in trouble.
All right, well, in goes Fiesta. Let's see whether they can actually win this 2v2 as already they're going down extremely low. Fiesta picks up the first one, but the Silas is going to go down in the end.
This is still salvageable for Nongshim, provided that they can execute this well as...
All right, into the Shroud goes Fiesta. Closer picks up the ulti as there's the Permafrost. Even the final spark comes in. And that is, once again, immediate revenge there for Closer. Of course, it was Sylvie that picked up the kill, but he fell down also. So now 2-1-0 is Sylvie looking to try and get something back as Peter dives on over. Closer's going to die once again. Now they're chasing after Willa. Can Nongshim grab more? The answer's no.
Given Nongshim a Drake, which will buy them a lot of time, very relevant, especially against this Source.
All right, immediately follows Bertle. Can he get out? The answer's yes. He presses the ghost button. He's going to be all right. But once again, I mean, Dundun's showing that he wins these. He just needs to actually get a solo kill.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. He does win this, and in this case, actually, it's a big win because he should be able to get some damage down on the turret as well. But...
oh dear. Okay, Peter's going to turn up. Let's see whether Sylvie can survive. Another Cyclone comes in, gets himself out. Fiesta, perfect execution, but can he get it? The answer is almost as Peter picks it up. The flash after. The blade binding is too good. And Closer picks up another kill. He'll even give one to Kyle, but now Vital's going to turn up. Closer, I mean, I was a bit scared for Nongshim there, but Closer decides to let them live.
We're going to need to see continuous skirmishing, and hey, guess what? Nongshim's doing it.
Well, we got a big old teleport. We'll see whether Closer's going to be able to stop it. The answer is no. So Dundun, he'll make it in. And Closer will immediately follow. Fiesta on the flank, but he gets bound immediately. He goes into his Shroud, but he's taken down. Envy locks that one up, and now Closer trying to finish off this jungler once again. Good Cyclone's going to be there, but I think Sylvie's still dead. As Peter, he doesn't have enough inspiration in order to keep his jungler alive. And Nongshim, they just walk into the meat grinder.
You predicted the downfall a little bit too early, but I get it because I am still worried that they will downfall as Bertle.
We'll have to see as Dundun gonna have to keep his back to the wall as Counter-Strike comes back up, and there's the solo kill we were looking for. So we'll see whether Liv Sandbox continue to grab those as Sylvie clearing out his Raptor camp. Willa's gonna move over, finds another one onto the flashless Peter, who is going to get taken down. Bertle going to help grab that kill as well.
That was a replay, right? We saw that.
Yeah, no. This is the replay, the Summoner Spell list replay. It works a little bit differently. In the Choose Your Own Adventure, if you have Summoner Spells, you go to a different page. But then you eventually get back to that page again.
Do those still exist? Because those are just video games now, no?
Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's a sign of my age. As Fiesta is going to try and escape this one, but once again, he's just put into CC hell and destroyed. As okay, I've seen this movie as well. I mean, this is basically like
but
we're just seeing replays after replays. But it's in real time.
But again, the 600, 700 gold lead that he has.
This might be Envy's getting caught moment once again, but no. There's the heal from Kyle, who's heading towards back-to-back POGs. I'm not going to lie. It was a bit of fun as Vital moving on over yet again. He does have the ability to get cleansed. The Mikhails is done from Peter. Close is going to steal his ultimate away as Dundun running for the hills. Permafrost comes in, but he does leave Strike and Flash. Blast Cone going to get him out to safety. Envy tagged as Fiesta gets away whilst also giving some damage back to Closer here. Don't know whether he wanted to go back in, but he did, and we'll see how that's going to go. Another Permafrost coming through. Willa is just always threatening with all this CC whenever he walks around a corner. Another flourish.
TP from Dundun.
All right, let's see whether Closer can catch him. He flashes after the Jax. It's a dangerous thing to do, but I think that they're going to be rewarded for it as 5-point strike comes in and Envy is going to be able to lock down the kill. And now Closer diving forward. The Silas goes down, but it's another kill for this Caitlyn. Fiesta getting out. The Raptors getting angry. No, not so much.
You a Top Gun fan?
Yeah, I like Top Gun quite a lot.
Okay. Well, you're a Kenny Rogers fan.
I guess I am. As Willa's going to dive on in. That is a really dead Akali to start this one off as Sylvie's looking to try and survive. Peter does have some utility available, but he's going to take the ball for a walk for now. They are just going to back away. So, that is Fiesta dead, and now Liv Sandbox can turn their eyes towards a Baron. As Bertle just going to look to keep Dundun busy. That means 3 versus 4. You're not really going to be able to stop this, especially with all the vision, and you can see they're wasting absolutely no time. Can they do anything? I think the answer is no. But is there at least one more team fight in Nongshim to try and get something done? As fourth shot does come through as Vital has to get the heck out of there. My goodness, the damage from Envy. And the Glacial Prison going to come down, and Vital, he's out of the fight. Going to set up the curtains, but as soon as anyone gets within a screen, he has to get out of there because his health bar was so low. Cyclone comes in, Sylvie will get the knock-up onto Envy, but where's the follow-up? It just doesn't exist. And they take down the Wukong, and now Bertle, he's just going to dive onto the fountain. This Nexus is not long for the world, and Liv Sandbox, for the first time, will pick up a 2-0 here in 2023. And I think, Chronicler, I think it is time for me to just think that maybe Liv Sandbox are not going to have that ball from Grace. Happy Willa, and I think it was a little bit of apology there by Bertle, but I don't think he needed to do so. As Kyle also doing a heck of a lot of damage. Where did the vote go for your POG, Chronicler?
Was a toughie. I flipped a coin for Willer and Cal. Came up Willer.
Great ultimates to steal here in team fights. It's not the Omega amazing Sylas angle, but it is still very strong here. And if you can get some early game power with this Jace, the Nautilus fights that you can try to lock the Zeri down with Aphelios when he hits his Immortal Shield Bow, which I assume will be the build we'll see from him. It's been a long time.
This time around as we hop on the rip for game number 1. Yeah.
One of our, currently our highest involvement champion here in the LCK.
I would assume it's because, okay, this is very annoying for Sylvie. Welcome to Ash Kingdom. So Sylvie, no flash here. I would assume it's just because the Elise was showing and they're like, well, and he could get aggressive if he really wanted to. His top lane is going well in terms of pressure, but his mid lane is not, so looks like he may.
Both junglers identify the bottom lane as a wash.
Yeah. So he should kind of know where Owner is. I mean, he doesn't see him on Wolves. He doesn't see him at all. So there's really one place unless Owner went for a back. As now, Owner has not revealed himself just yet. He's going in onto Sylvie here. The flash misses, but he's got Daze coming in from the top side. There is the stun. And again, Sylvie doesn't have flash, so they can just immediately flash on him as another flail will come out. And Sylvie is trying to get through the acceleration, and he will get away. And try to make something happen as Keria is here. Might be looking to slow down Fiesta, who goes in for the all-in. Might need to flash. He does get onto the minion here. As Chaos Storm thrown out, Fiesta in a bit of trouble, and there he goes, has to flash. Yep. That seems pretty likely. The Elise just exerting her power, but look at mid lane. Faker's gonna get that push and get first roam down into the river. As, okay, the ult comes out from the Sejuani. Peter in a lot of trouble. Look at that Chaos Storm damage already coming out here. Fiesta gonna steal the Sejuani ultimate, but his entire team is already too low to really contest on the back of that. And that will be first blood given over to Keria.
Yep, Keria hit 6. He's got that arrow. And no flash lost here by either player, but plate gold over the Renekton.
Ooh, Keria getting a bit aggressive this time around. As now there's an Elise nearby, and yeah, he's just going to accept his fate. Nothing can stop that kill from happening. Doesn't even bother flashing.
They knew the likely trajectory of where Keria would be based on the arrow angle and the fact that he's missing here under turret. Now they can look for Guma. This is how you play this comp.
Well, Guma, let's see if he can do it. 1v3, doing a pretty good job so far. He flashes, but the repel, again, very, very strong, and they finally do get the kill.
Good aggro.
Oh, man.
Oh, he stepped out because he's got only one shot left. It was until that moment great juggling of the aggro on the turret.
Mid lane has been pretty interesting. Faker going very, very low. He's still looking for the trade. Dodges the chains, and the Chaos Storm might be enough damage. One more tick maybe gets him. As Fiesta flashes afterwards, thinking Faker would flash in. Not the case, and Faker wins the trade.
Fiesta bold to think he can come over here. He's just going to scan and back. I thought he was going to maybe try to make something happen. Flashless here against Faker. Decides, is he still?
I mean, if Faker goes up a little bit, that was so close!
Faker doesn't flash, man. Never afraid. Not for a moment.
Uh-oh, Sylvie in a bad spot here. He doesn't have flash. He's going to repel here to the ward, but he is just dead. We'll see who they give this kill over to. Faker's like, no, we're not feeding this, Zeri. What the hell? I'm going to carry this game.
Yeah, Fiesta got away from me twice. I would like to take the money I deserve. This was all set up by me, by the way, and not for a second. Knows he can win that trade, forces a flash from Fiesta.
Uh-oh. Guma in a bit of trouble. He's trying to trade it back, but the amount of CC is just too much.
2 kills now for Vital here in this game. This is becoming a problem.
Din in a bit of trouble now. This Renekton very tanky. Tries to knock him back into the turret to trade one back, but it is not quite enough damage from the turret onto Zeus. And a nice little gank there from Owner in the top lane. Yeah, should be able to. Although Zeus wants to say something else about this. They are going to do a bunch of damage to him, and trying to turn this around, especially with that teleport, Zeus is just going to respect it. And that's teleport down now on Fiesta, who will no longer keep that bottom lane safe. As now Vital, just seeing what's what. He's been down a level here to Owner for quite a while. Struggling to have a big impact in this game, unfortunately for him. This is Sejuani. We'll see if they can CC down Sedge, as it looks pretty likely he will get low enough as Peter does a good job. But here is Guma, and this is a lot of damage from the Victor. A huge Chaos Storm on the left side of the map is just going to zone them all away, as now Fiesta trying to run away from the Zeri. Might be able to get away for now, but Sylvie maybe not as lucky as T1 considering, do we continue to chase or do we just take it as a really nice flash laser comes out from Faker?
There's something about how Faker's playing this season. It's just...
Yeah, so what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, buddy? Okay, baits him in, I guess.
I mean, that's what he was doing, but still the risk was high.
I thought the rest of the team would be there for T1, but I think they were trying to take the Rift Herald.
They were immediately. Post haste.
Has realized
still
that
not
now.
safe, by the way.
Poor Sylvie, man. Yeah, I think he's just dead. He flashes, Chaos Storm is down. He is just going to die for the 5th time. He has been bullied so much since level 1. Remember, he had to flash away from the Ashe kiting.
And his job has been to try to let Fiesta and Dundun play the game. It's a big maybe, and the Gale Force in itself just makes you less survivable, and like you're gonna get caught by stuff.
Which maybe is bigger, the what we said after. Oh man, the arrows just keep
He's
on
got
coming.
flash too. He doesn't need it.
Dindin's so dead here. Yeah, he's not even gonna flash. He's like, what do I do? Okay, well he is gonna flash now. Interestingly, Zeus,
Fiesta.
He's got the slice. There it is. Perhaps the dice soon enough, and they say, okay, cool story, bros. We're just going to take the Baron then. Zeus will die, and Sylvie is bought, so that is Baron.
Yep. You see Fiesta TP down. You see, I mean, you know Elise is coming, or it's not going to be a good ending. And you just go take Baron. Vital and Peter, good luck with this one.
200 years moment? What year is it exactly? I don't remember. What is this Aphelios doing in this game? Not sure, but the Baron is taken. Nice knock up here on a Faker, as he will take a bunch of damage, but does flash away. He's burning down. Will survive just barely, even through the ignite of Peter. So yeah, they're just going to stand in front of this. We'll see if perhaps Sylvie can redeem himself a little bit with a smite. But look at this, T1 are actually turning. Imagine not flipping in 2023, Wolf. What am I watching? As they dive straight into the Aphelios, and it just doesn't matter. Even if he loves that position, he is just not in a position to carry from here. This should be a clean ace, as they're looking for Sylvie, they're looking for Vital. They will get Sylvie now, as Vital looks like he'll keep himself alive for just a little bit longer.
Wish he had Gale Force. He's like, I got a Gale Force for it. Got a Gale Force for it. Can I get the execute? How many minions
This
can I
is
take?
just... Yeah,
They actually should be able to get the execute, but they're going to lose the game.
they're just, yeah, he's just stopping him from backing. Zeus is never engaging. Well, not yet. Maybe once he starts running into the turret.
Zeus does have flash.
Yeah, I think he will try for this. No, he has to go around the inhibitor. Okay, runs it down, makes sure he doesn't back.
As, yeah, one mistake here from Nongshim. The game ends, we don't even get to talk about that Elder.
No mistakes, even. Sylvie just out of the fight immediately. Not able to do much against that. Owner just bursting him alone, essentially, with some help from Keria. And the slow and steady tumble into the base will come through. Very nice arrow once again, straight to the gravity well. That is the end of this chase. And Zeus just going to go under the turret straight into the Aphelios. Maybe not the best call, but it's fine because Guma is just so fed. He's pressing his buttons. They're going to smack him down with their wallets here at the end of the game, as you always do. And that'll be game number 1 here for the side of T1. As Faker decides, well, I'll give you a little gift. A little parting gift here for game number 1. Even Zeus on the top side had a really easy time against Dundon. No problem there. Owner was everywhere. Guma had some 6 team fights.
You look at the Zeri in this game and you're like, it could have been anything. Vel'Koz?
Twitch.
Oh, it's
okay.
Twitch. Okay. We've been waiting for this one. Let's see how he plays it compared to how Barrel played it, because it's a completely different lane, and there is a lot of pressure.
We'll see if Nongxin can get through that in this game at number 2.
So, unshockingly, but, you know, with this matchup, you can't really leave lane and do a whole lot like Barrel tried to do, because Ezreal will just get pushed in really hard.
Yeah. And we've seen Ezreal's farm well alone in the past. Everybody remembers Ghost from old Damwon Pias. Here we go, trying to get in there. Very early trade, looking for the level 1, and they're going to get it. Again, you know, Q's down. Varus, he shot off his E. It's like, okay, well, now we just all in.
Yeah, so the lane matchup is cooldown based for Nongxin with their mantra Qs and just Qs in general versus the poke here from Varus. So auto attack's not as strong. The lane for T1 is about damage and autos.
Here he is, level 2 now, looking for a little bit extra damage. As up on the top side, Zeus did this to Kingen and just do nothing. So he's going to put down a ward. He's going to knock him into the turret as Zeus is trying to trade onto Sylvie, actually. He has to be very careful. He's going back in. He's got the range advantage now. Accelerated shock blast as Zeus just kind of laughs at both of them.
Yeah, 1v2 casually.
Should be totally fine to just go solo, but also, as we know, Owner and Keria are in the area.
Baited.
Yep, there is a Sejuani here. Flash comes in, but Sylvie is here as well. There's the freeze onto the Karma, and Peter does not have Flash. So down he goes. First blood to the Twitch supports.
And who says that Varus counters Ezreal? Guma's actually winning the 1v1 on the other side as well. Oh, until that moment, but
cursed. Oh, look at this as well. Fiesta trying to take aggressive trades against Faker, but
oh my god, no way.
This is something that Faker's done many times before. I mean, well, Azir versus LeBlanc. Fiesta dies.
Yeah. Scorch, I believe.
I don't even know what else to say. Like, that is the play. Fiesta dies.
Gets the root and then stays here. Meanwhile,
okay, they're going to try to go here onto Zeus, who is in a little bit of trouble. They do burst him down, as that is a whole lot of CC between those two. But guess who's here? It's Keria. He's level 3.
I don't know if he should be, though, Valdez. I don't know if he should be.
The Twitch is like, oh, God, I got to run away. He has only the bow for the extra attack speed to get over that wall at that exact time. And now, no flash to the top side. Zeus is going in on a Cassante. Spike onto the ranged minion. As, okay, trying to trade it back here onto Sylvie, but not quite enough damage from Zeus, who will go down to 0 and 2 now on the top side.
100% kill participation here for Sylvie. We talked about the jungle matchup as the key player one, how Sylvie's been the more consistent, one of the more consistent parts of Nongxin, and
it's not the biggest thing you look for with 80 carries, but still going to be nice for Guma.
Don't know where Keria is.
There's the Ignite. It's up now. The slow comes down onto Keria, which is vital, as now they're trying to snipe him down. Very nicely handled from the side of the Nongxin bottom lane.
And that sheepish grin from Keria on the player cam as well. He knows he's doomed. He doesn't have Flash, and they're very well aware of it.
Now Owner's just kind of running in here as he's going to get rooted down. Tries to trade onto Peter, who just flashes away from that one. That's another kill to the side of Nongxin. Guma does have some potential to clean up, but
LeBlanc is not a champion yet in this game.
Yeah, Peter now, no Flash for him at this point, as Flash is available for Guma. And where is the Varus? Trying to do a little dance here against some of those Ezreal Qs, as that one is going to sail wide. There's the Chains of Corruption, as a ton of damage, and now Guma's got a Flash.
All right, T1 flying a little bit close to the sun on this one. That was well played by Peter. He knows the E is down, gets the root. Coming over with his 80 carry.
It's going to be a little wild. Faker is going to pick up that turret and put down the Azir turret as well. He's very confident. He has Flash. He's level 10 compared to like Vital and stuff like that. We are going to have the ultimate coming out here, trying to get the Flash on in. Nice sweep away, but the damage might be too much here from the side of Nongxin, as he will go down to the LeBlanc, just barely. Like, okay, Keria's got a great angle as well. He even has his ultimate. Guma extremely low, trying to layer in that damage, throw out the poison, but Keria not quite able to pick up a kill just yet. They're still chasing, but they're going to let him go.
On a knife's edge, some of these fights for sure. Still going to be better for Keria. Guma here, going to force double back. They grabbed second Drake. It's Ocean Soul. So not too important in terms of the stacking here. But Nongshim could have gotten so much more out of that overextension there in the mid lane than they actually in reality got. Dundun damaged a turret, but doesn't even put it down or threatened. Fiesta is really in a rough spot.
That's Ezreal, by the way. He can use Arcane Shift to get away. That is a lot of damage, though, and he's going to go down!
That's Ezreal, by the way.
That's Ezreal, by the way. Very, very squishy. Keria will be able to pick up the kill on the backside of this, but immediately goes down.
Vital is playing this game really aggressively, and he understands the vulnerabilities of this Ezreal. And
I mean, I know him, you know, maybe it's just there. Okay, well, I'm going to have to hold that thought as Fiesta. You know, he went in for one, distort too many, perhaps, as Faker really going to punish him on the backside of that. Not able to get the kill as here comes the ult. Oh, man! That was so close.
Doesn't have to flash, luckily, has his distortion back up. Ooh, scary moment there, Valdez.
Okay.
Predicting a flash.
Yeah. I suppose it would have looked cool.
He's had some really cool ones this series, so we'll give Vital the benefit of the doubt here. He's like, oh, he's going to predict my flash, just won't do it. It's not going to hit me. Here comes
consistent, not cool ones are the ones that win you games, though. You know.
True.
It's just the ones the guy's standing there. You're like, okay, I'm just going to hit him.
Keria, be very careful.
This Maokai is pretty scary. Sylvie's doing a lot of damage already, and he's able to soak a bunch of the poke that's coming out from Zeus, from Guma, from even the Azir. And this is what you can do. You throw out the Nature's Grasp, and now Owner's in a lot of trouble, and there's no real follow-up just yet. The Twitch, Keria has popped the ult, though, and that is going to push them back for now as Faker looking for the potential punish, but not going to go in on this one just yet. Still just able to do a ton of damage and push them back.
Yeah, no deaths, but a turret goes down. Fiesta.
Zeus dashes in. It's almost like he's trying to bait this one as Faker. Dindin, that was a very confusing step forward.
Indecisive. Okay, a lot of these health bars very low, though. Can Vital actually finish the job? Is the question. Sylvie's got a sapling in the brush. T1 might just have to back away from this Drake.
A lot of damage here on Faker. The flash and the chains are going to hit, and Fiesta will be able to get the shutdown onto Faker as the rest of the team is going to come in here and try to burst down this Ocean Drake. Should be able to.
High risk here from T1. High risk. Really high risk for low reward.
Sylvie is here. They're just going to back off of it. It's getting relatively low, but all of T1 are low as well. And to get in and take the Drake down. That is now 2 Ocean. Well, this is one way to kill the Cassante. The Twitch is definitely going to help here as teleport has to be used. They're still going to go in on this as they teleport themselves. And now the Cassante's super low, so Fiesta has to back away.
Here comes the ult.
Into a 3-on-1. The ult is going to catch Keria, and now Fiesta back into the fight. He is going to burst down the Twitch, as immediately Keria is not going to have any more effect on this fight. And the rest of the team from Nongshim, all 5 members here trying to punish onto Zeus, who will dodge very, very nicely onto all of that poke. A very broken up fight here is Guma with the red buff trying to kite this one out. Flashes to the team. But a lot of damage coming through from the Varus.
I mean, he's got him trapped in here. You got to win this fight, T1, or no one's going home except in body bags here. There's no way out.
Oh, man.
Nice dodges again, but how do you win this fight?
They're just dodging everything. Fiesta hops in, hops back. And they will take down Zeus. The rest of the team hanging around the turret. And Dundun TP's back into this one with full health. As the Azir turret will eventually go down. And they are just corralling T1, who are trying to poke them away. Trying to keep them at arm's length. As Faker gets a massive sweep onto 2, but it's only 2 as everybody else is here. And Guma, unfortunately, is just going to get Cassante on the backside. Nongshim handled this perfectly.
The angle at which Nongshim is going to approach this Baron right now, but he's very vulnerable himself. We'll have to flash the wall. And he's out of here now. T1, 30 seconds on Faker, 10 seconds on Zeus. He has a teleport, but I don't think you can contest this. There's nothing Keria can do on his own.
Well, oh man.
Flash?
It's going to get flashed on, and the turret, or rather the ward here with the teleport might be enough as Zeus is trying to come in and take down Peter. Not quite going to get it, but Fiesta is taking the beating for him. And
pulls him off the
will
Baron.
be enough to take them off the Baron.
Still a teleport committed here.
Nongshim were a lot closer as a 5. Very zone play were a couple of members. Zeus will be totally fine, but he takes a big chunk of damage.
He does take a bunch of damage, and the choke point control here goes to Nongshim. Zeus,
Triple Ocean.
He needs an Edge of Night or something here because he's one of the best targets for this comp right now.
These fights are just so all over the place. Owner is totally going to get caught out as Faker was with him, but Faker zipped away and Owner can't do the same.
Guma has to back off here with his E. Keria hiding here, but I mean, it's such a risk to actually engage. Will he commit with the rest of T1 collapsing? I don't think it's a good call. But T1, you don't want to give this up either.
Dundon actually in a little bit of trouble here because Keria is behind him, but look at that. Fiesta takes out the Ezreal, and yes, Dundon goes down, but at what cost? As everybody on the side of T1 now is going to be totally wiped.
I think we're going to a game 3, Valdez. I think we are going to a game 3. T1 getting a little bit too close to the sun. And Nongshim say, we will not be disrespected in this game. We will play it and fight it tooth and nail. And there are going to be some sheepish looks on the T1 players' faces after this game. Twitch support, another loss here. And Nongshim Red Force 20 kills to 7, pushing to try to end.
Can they do it is the question. Owner the first to come back. And they've got a pretty nice wave. Sejuani can't really do anything against this. He's desperately trying to hold on. He does not have any help from his teammates who are not up here. He's trying to get on top of Vital, but Vital will have enough. And Keria, he's got an ult. I mean, he's got a chance. There's the Ezreal ultimate. This is a lot of damage on the members, but they just target down the Nexus. And we will have a game number 3. They're up against great competition, though. And that's why they're down at the bottom. And on any given day, they have a great game. T1 takes it a little bit too far, and all of a sudden, they find themselves with a chance now to potentially take the series.
If you freeze-framed Fiesta dying after flashing Comet and it told me he would out-damage Faker in this game, I would have said, no way, it never happens. Never would have believed you. This was one of the weak points that was exploited, though, I feel, by Nongshim in the last game, as Jace trying to push hard in the side lane into a matchup he couldn't get a lead in.
And guess what? Red side, R5, you get the last pick in the game. Sion can't be countered by a Cho'Gath, by a Aatrox, a Fiora, whatever you want. 2 win test. We are going to hop onto the Rift once again. Yeah.
We almost had Live Sandbox last night, Nongshim. Game 3 against T1. It's just trends continue, man.
Guess who's got a great level 1? It's Silas. He's not here yet. As Exhaust comes through, there he is.
The angle is real. He gets over the wall. That's a downed flash for an Exhaust on a Yumi. Who put that red box on the Aatrox?
Tell me why I'm wrong. I want to hear it.
Faker's having an amazing early game here.
So, what? Okay, 1 auto, and he actually took 2 turret shots to Faker. Pretty close.
That doesn't count as a caster curse, but Sylvie is coming up.
I suppose baited? I mean, here comes Sylvie and Faker now. And a little bit of trouble is going to have to flash, and guess what? I mean, Fiesta holds on to his.
Still not a caster curse, right?
No, of course not.
In this case, as Sylvie is coming over, though, so trying to bait this one, but they haven't seen Owner just yet, and Sylvie will be revealed by the sword, so I think that is going to be the end of this story.
Fiesta, though. Watch Fiesta, this should be called. Sylvie is coming in. They're just going for the gank. There's the turnaround, and then Sylvie's just going to die too quickly. Oh no, he's going to live. Jonas Strong.
Jonas Strong.
She baited me so
Don't
hard.
Do that to us, Jonah. It didn't seem right. Something didn't seem right. I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, it doesn't seem right. Baited us so hard. Speaking of baiting.
Nope, going to miss. Nice little dash.
Swing and a miss.
Good hold from Vital. Strike 1. Here. Dundon's just having a great time.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Well, the early game, obviously, you're kind of a punching bag.
Yeah.
And by kind of, I mean completely.
He has Ignite. If he hit that and he ignited him, I mean...
Yeah. He's
Zeus didn't flash. Who knows?
Okay, trying to get level 5 here. Very close to it. As you can see, sitting at 90%. Sylvie doesn't have 6, and there's another ward.
He's back.
Here we go again. Sylvie.
I mean, he could steal it. Here he goes. He's certainly thinking about it. Nope, just going to watch it die as he's going to go in alone. I'm not sure why the Yumi is not on him, and now he's just going to potentially die. Gets a second ultimate in there, and there's the bubble onto the poor Zeri. 2 kills now for the side of T1, as Faker is looking for more. And might get a couple very nice, as we are just going on a roller coaster here. Fiesta's going to get out somehow.
I mean, he's got a massive disadvantage, but if you're going to take a disadvantage, that is how you do it. That was clean. Pull into the Grump. We're talking a lot about jungle camps in this game. Interaction that you could ever experience as a...
Love Blast Plants. Excellent addition to the game. That's going to be the end of Fiesta as well. They finally do get him.
It all comes back to Valdez's hatred of certain specific things.
Yep.
Well, this is a pretty big lead for T1 at this point. 2,500 gold up. Gonna catch this wave here.
T1, a lot of pings. You know, we're seeing a lot of like singular vision here from the side of Jonas Strong.
Where is Sylvie? No ult, so even if he was here, a bit risky.
Well, there is a blue wolf very suspiciously on the bottom side here.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Ult's coming up in like 3 seconds here.
Very suspicious. I'm not sure about that guy, as now he's trying to go in, but he does not have his ult. Finally gets it. Is it too little, too late? Okay, they're going to trade junglers. As now Vital going forward, he's got the double buff, but he's getting burst down by Guma, who already has the kill force. Peter also going to be taken out, and T1, they decided, actually Peter will live. Either way, T1 are absolutely dunking.
I've been stressed out a lot recently. I was out of the meta for a while. I'm just trying to get back into it slowly.
Fiesta's like, I swear Silas is good. I know that he is.
Good stopwatch. Perfectly timed.
Oh, speaking of, okay. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen and move on.
Could be worse. There's just going to be a 2-stack Drakes, and hey, it's Mountain Soul. Unlucky, unlucky.
Uh-oh. Silly is just dead again. He has Flash, but he's just not going to use it. Zeus looks pretty angry. That's a very scary Jace. And T1 are just
hold up
around.
You ever seen the Scion flank? This is not Baus' stream. This is the LCK. This is not Challengers. This is not Challengers Battle. This is not Challengers Chronicle. Here he comes. Here he comes. There he went.
I don't even know what to say. He came and went like the passing of seasons. Din is everlasting. And T1...
He will come again.
Just
in a few
at
months.
Him. Yeah, that's...
Yes, but not in a pro league.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often.
Okay, another punish.
Zeus did see him, right? I'm not sure if he did. He's just going to hop onto the minions here. He's not in a great spot, as looks like perhaps finally they will be able to punish Zeus on the bottom side of the map.
Small victories / could be worse. Still no look at the Wolf camp. Hasn't respawned yet.
Winning this trade.
Because of the Scion being very tanky, they are going to get this, by the way, bouncy inhibitor turret plus inner.
All right.
Well, maybe not quite, but almost.
This is an official Keck W macro moment. I mean,
look, it's
on.
It's
T1. Should not be happening in this game.
T1. We know their macro is really good. This is
not in that moment.
No.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yes. Yes. T1 played game 2. That's a recorded game.
Okay, well, they're going to find Fiesta, who decided that the Grump was worth it.
Yes, Zonia's, and his rod is complete.
Oh, and they're going to find Zeus here in the brush. A little bit of Yumi action now. That's a decent amount of damage, and they will get the Jace. And here's Din. Little Zeri moment, perhaps? Vital? Oh, no, the Blast Plants! Oh, might not matter. Vital flashes into 3 people and decides, witness me. And he will go down. Guma baits him in, I suppose.
Very close to being a disaster for T1, but they end up turning this around very nicely. And then suddenly, there's a Sylvie in that bush.
T1 are doing Baron, by the way. We should definitely be focusing on this.
Yeah, and there's a big rotation over with Vi ultimate stolen.
Hey, Sylvie not going to get in as they use about 7 things to try to push him away. Definitely the right idea, as you definitely do not want to be flipping Baron at this point. Especially after what just happened on the top side of the map.
Karia's ult very well placed. Baker has to flash here, but gets away with his life and hide on bush.
So T1 definitely, if they are going to go for an engage, they need to hit the back line. I mean, this is pretty obvious, right? But at the same time, you don't really want to get the Silas in. You really want to get, like, at least Vital in. So that's going to be rough as the engage does come in on Taguma. They're trying to 100-0 him, and they will not be able to. A nice try by Gnome-Sim. A desperate attempt as the Zeri is kiting back very nicely, but the damage, the wall, it's just a little bit too heavy as Zeus will smack him in the face with it And that will be the clean ace. Nongshin, nice try, but a little bit too far behind. T1
Faker
will take the 2-1 victory tonight.
Faker doesn't even have to ult. It's only Cario with the tidal wave to say no to that very aggressive dive as Zeus angrily takes his headset off. And this is a series where, you know, it could have been cleaner. It could have been easier.
They're still smiling.
This is the team, the losing team walks away more satisfied than the winning team.
But a little bit too little, too late. As that's very sad for the Sylas. Not the best Sylas showing here from Fiesta.